This world has completely convinced us that we should continuously be working on ourselves and continuously be improving ourselves. And there's never a stopping point to say, I'm satisfied with who I am. We're taught from the beginning that we go to school, we go from, kindergarten to first grade, and from elementary to middle school, from middle school to high school, and then college. And then from college, you find a job, and from a job, you want to improve and become a C-suite, become an area manager or a president, a vice president. And there's this continuous improvement project that we're always working on. And it just seems to be never ending. And that's how the world wants us to continue living. But I think that that's really such a hard thing, and it causes a lot of depression. And I feel as if that's mainly in the United States, that we live this way and we're forced to accept and adapt into this mentality of we should continue to improve. When do we get to sit down and really just absorb what we've achieved and what we've accomplished and just be happy with what we have? And whenever I took a trip to Ethiopia, that's one big thing I realized is I have this mentality of we should always improve. We should always chase for something better, or there's never just enough. And talking to my brother, who's a multi-business owner, and all of his businesses are very successful, and he's doing amazing things back home. But I come in as an outsider who hasn't spoke to him much for a very long time, and I come in and say, yes, you have these businesses. Yes, you're, serving companies that are all over Ethiopia. Why don't you think and expand? Why don't you try to expand to Sudan, Somalia? You have these businesses. Why don't you reach for Egypt? Why don't you reach for all of Africa? And that just made me realize towards the end of my trip, why am I asking him to improve if he's happy with what he has and he's satisfied with what he has? And I realized that's my westernized mentality that makes me think that we should always continue to improve. And it's really this way of thinking is constantly just damaging us and making us feel not enough. And for me, I seen it as just a chance for him to improve or a chance for him to grow his business. But for him, it's just like, why do you want me to extend? I live for today and I live for my kids and revenue coming in monthly, and I have everything that I need. Why is it that I should try to improve? And towards the end of my trip, I came to that realization that that's just my westernized mentality speaking. And, I explained to him, I said, hey, maybe I was mistaken. Maybe that's just me thinking we should always improve. And I'm never satisfied with what I have. And if we continue to live like this, how long will we even live, and how long will we be happy? Is happiness now just the idea of improvement? And I think this is another thing within the religious and spiritual journey as well. People often think, I want to be healed. I want to start fresh. I want to begin a new journey. I want a new relationship with God. But we have to hone in and understand what we have is great. And the fact that we want to be better, just the fact that we want to make better of ourselves, that's something to celebrate, because there's people who don't even have those considerations, thoughts. And even just throughout school, throughout college, we're chasing to be the first, the top. We're chasing to get an A, not a B. We're chasing to become a representative for the school, or whatever the case may be. It seems like this constant chase for a reward leaves us unsatisfied with what we have, and we're not as grateful for what we have. And I think gratitude is probably the biggest thing in this world that we must understand. Gratitude is what brings you true satisfaction. When you realize what you have is more than enough, and when you realize that you can be thankful for what you have, that is when you find true happiness. Because we can't live all our life thinking, I could do more, I could be better, I want to be healed, I want a better body, I want better finances, I want better everything. That continuous project of improvement is damaging us. We have to understand we can't keep damaging ourselves. We have to first accept ourselves for who we are. A lot of people, they don't accept who they are, so it leaves them depressed. And people think you have to start by accepting who you are, or people have this mentality of you have to be truthful with yourself, and they'll kind of tell themselves, I'm not in shape, or I'm not financially where I need to be, and I need to be better. I need to be better. And that thought process in itself upsets them, and that puts them in even a darker space, and even in a worse environment, and they don't get any better. But I know people who begin to tell themselves, today I had the idea of wanting to be better. Today I told myself that I want to be better. And because of that, I'm going to celebrate. And celebrating, that's also a different concept. A lot of people think celebrating may be going out to the club or getting drunk, but we have to change our ideology of celebrating. And I think that mentality is also a part of this world, because we're so focused on trying to be better. We're so focused on work. We're so focused on school that when the weekend comes, it's time to celebrate. So now our ideology of celebration is drinking, or consuming alcohol, or consuming drugs, or going out, or any sort of substance abuse. And substance abuse is not celebration. And substance abuse doesn't take us out of that dark place that we're in. So I think it's very important that we have a good understanding of gratitude and a good understanding of celebration. So we need to be thankful for what we have. We have to hone in on the idea that we're good. We can understand that we've achieved things. You know, you went to school. If you graduated high school, celebrate. I remember when I first blew up on Instagram and I began to get a lot of views, people were like, so what business are you going to start now? You know, you have an audience. You have to give them a product, or you have to give them a service that they want. You have to cater to this audience, when in all reality, I don't have to do anything. Why can't I just enjoy this? Why can't I just be happy and be good, you know, and just have peace with what I have? Why does things need to change? Nothing needs to change. I'm happy with what I have. And that's what I wanted to just bring to your screen today, and pass this message that, you know, you don't have to stress. You don't have to continue to beat yourself up for not being where you expect yourself to be. Just the fact that you want to be better, just the fact that you want to improve in itself is a big deal. And when you start to appreciate that, when you start to appreciate who you are, when you start to appreciate that you are everything that you can expect from yourself, then you'll start improving. But the fact and idea of you thinking, I want to keep working on myself, I am a project. We are not projects. We are real living things. We are living beings who should be happy and who should just be ourselves, and, you know, be appreciative of who we are and what we've created and where we are so far, and just really have gratitude for what you have, how far you've came. That is more than enough to be thankful for. And then you'll begin to improve. But continuing to stress about improving does not help you improve. With that being said, be sure to like, subscribe, and I hope to speak to y'all. If y'all would like to speak to me one-on-one, you guys know I'm always open to it. Everyone knows I'm always open to one-on-ones. Be sure to join my Discord channel. Let's have more calls. Let's have more meetings. Let's talk about these things in life that tend to stress us, because we don't need to be stressed in this life. We have everything that we need. We have more than everything that we need. But we must first begin to be thankful for what we have.